Hey, what's up? This is Sam here with Top Blades Landscaping. Hey, I wanted to talk about the Ditch Witch, SK800 to be exact. It's kind of a long story. I'm going to tell you guys the whole story on this because it's kind of interesting. When we first started landscaping, we went out, we rented one from a rental company, and the thing was junk. And I mean junk. It wouldn't lift very much. When it turned, it would tear up the grass like something terrible. It was all around, it was a terrible machine. Like the controls were like, you couldn't control it very well. It was crazy. The machine was junk. Now it turns out the machine was very old and it had a lot of hours on it. I can't remember exactly how many, but a lot of hours. And so obviously it was an old machine. It's all very beat up. But it's the first machine you've used, and you don't really, I mean, yes, we're like, yeah, it's probably an old machine, but it gave us a dislike or a distaste for, like, we just didn't like it. We're like, we're not going to do that. But we were sold on the concept. So we were looking at getting maybe a different brands, and we're kind of looking around, but whatever. But we kind of just let that go, and a whole year went by, and we just dismissed the idea. And then we rented another one for a project that we happened to need that specific machine. So we rented it, and this time it was a newer one. It had like 600 hours on it, which is still a lot, but it was very, very lot less than the other one. And we fell in love with the thing. We were like, wow, this thing is amazing. So my brother called up Ditch Witch, and he's like, hey, I'd like to go by, maybe look at some machines, look at some plans, and see what you guys all offer and whatever. And the guy's like, you know what? I got a better idea. You just let me know where your next job is, and I'll drop off the machine. And sure enough, he did. And Ben asked him, he's like, well, this project's going to be about a week. Could we keep it for a week? He's like, yeah, sure, keep it for a week, So we did, and I tell you, we are sold on the machine. Now, we were not going to acquire any more equipment for this year. We were like dead set on no more equipment this year. But the more we look at it, it just makes sense. What they're doing for us is we are renting it. Now we're renting it from them because that machine is amazing. Like, it literally took 3-day jobs and made it 1 day. And by that, at least I can think of three jobs right now I could think of that was just like, wow, we couldn't have done it without it. It's just amazing. And they were all jobs that we would have done by hand, hands down. It's just what we do, I guess. I wouldn't have thought anything of it, but so it has been amazing. Our employees are crazy about it. And well, the rental guy, the guy from Ditch Witch is like, look, if you want to, I'll rent it to you, and if you guys decide to buy it, that money will be applied to the machine, with a few stipulations, of course. So we went ahead, we're like, you know what, we're not losing anything, let's just rent it for another month, and just love the machine. So now we're gonna get it. I just gotta get it. So if you're a new landscape company and you're thinking about getting a Ditch Witch, I have a couple videos on it that I don't talk about it. I just there's one video of me using it. There's another video of one of our employees says a brief statement about it. It's kind of funny because he got really serious when I pulled out the camera because he was telling me how great the machine was. He's like, man, this thing's amazing. He's like, what he was doing is he was picking up rock and he was dumping it into the wheelbarrows. That's all he was doing. But he's like, it's so nice. He's like, in one scoop, I feel 2 wheelbarrows, and man, he said, you bend up your back, and you're bending your back with a shovel, feeling that, and it's a lot of work. He was going on about it, and I was like, wait a minute, I got to pull out my camera, I got to film you. And the minute I pulled out my camera, he got really serious and like a little nervous, but he went ahead and mentioned a few things about it, and I went ahead and published it on YouTube. I debated whether or not to. I feel like a lot of my videos they're probably embarrassing, but you know what? You got to start somewhere. So when it comes to YouTube channel, you just got to bite the bullet, say, you know what? I'm gonna be embarrassed by some of my videos, but I'm just gonna go for it. I'm all in. I'm gonna make this happen. Because your videos are gonna get better with time. I already feel like they're getting maybe a little bit better. Maybe they're not. I don't know. If they're getting worse, dislike the video. If they're getting better, you can like the video. And so yeah, that's my thought. If you're in a landscape company and the Ditch Witch, the thing is amazing. I love it. And I would hands down recommend it to you to get it, because you just be blown away the things you use it for. Just about any job you can put it on it. Just anything you can imagine, from like picking up mulch, moving mulch around, and you can drive over the lawn. It does a very good job of not tearing up the lawn. Very good job. I wouldn't say it won't tear up the lawn, because it will, but it is not like a skid steer. A skid steer will tear up your lawn very easily. This thing is very nice. It's a very nice machine. I love it, and very excited about getting it. And hey, I hope that helps somebody. If you're looking at the machine, thinking about get it, just do it, man. It's worth it. It's worth its weight in gold. All right, see you guys.